Hey everyone, how's it going? It's kind of hard for me to see. Oh wait, hold up. Forgot to put my headphones in. Hold up. Hi, hi. We're back at it. I it's kind of hard for me to see today outside, but we'll be inside soon. The weather's so bad. We're not going to re-bisque this stuff like I was planning on. We're just gonna glaze this with a Shino in a little bit. So we're just gonna do what we can today, and hopefully it'll all dry because it's nice and sunny out. So, how you guys doing? All right, we got a bunch of cool stuff. We got little plates, little teapots. We have little cups. We'll do a bunch of cups next, I think. I watered this glaze down too much because I really didn't want to get it uh, clogged, and I screwed up. So it's going on real thin, which is fine. Is it ideal? No, but that's okay. It'll be fine. For the way it's gonna actually come out. It's gonna be fine. I feel like at a certain point, I probably could have just dunked my stuff in there because this stuff is so like watery and pasty. Right on. I'm glad you're here, Brian. I'm doing pretty well. It's nice to get these things done. Um, it looks like there's just going to be a bunch of rain in the forecast, so I'm still not entirely sure when I'm going to be able to get my kiln fired, but hopefully soonish. But we're going to do essentially we're going to do this, let these dry, and then we're going to glaze them with a Shino, and then we are going to do wadding. I just get most of it done today. And so when the time comes to load the kiln, we can just get it done. I might even load the kiln today, but that's being very ambitious and probably not get to my back. So, so we're gonna essentially use as much as I can with this black, and then we're gonna switch over to what other underglazes I have. Welcome back, little girl. Oh my God! Thanks for coming over and saying, "Hey, I got you. I got you. Don't worry." There you are. There's a good cookie for a little dog. It's in the wrong pocket. I don't really want to put this pocket hand in the pocket. There you go. Good job, little Beebs. Thanks for coming back. Okay, you can head off now. I built myself a wood kiln a couple years ago. It's a little coffin kiln with my design. It's 9 feet long with a 16-foot chimney, and I bricked up the back of it so it holds. Currently, it holds nine 12 by 24 shelves. Olive, watch out, please. Watch out, please. Like I said, it's really sunny out, so once I get inside, I'll be able to actually see what you guys are saying more. Um, it's very bright out here, so it's a little difficult to read anything. But yeah, it's a nice little kiln. I built it back in 2019, and it's been really solid. Produces the juiciest results around. So juice is not necessarily something that sells. So what am I gonna do? All right. Spray a couple of these little teapots because I don't have much more of this black. We used a decent amount of it yesterday, just trying to get this thing working, and so there's just not much of it to begin with. So we'll do 2 teapots in black. I kind of want to do a whistle too, so maybe we'll go grab a whistle actually. Yeah, let me go grab a whistle real quick because I think I want to finish. We started putting black on that other whistle. Um, yeah, the black is working, but I made it really watery. I mean, like, look how watery this is. There's mostly water coming out of this spray gun right now. But let me go grab a whistle real quick, and we'll do the remaining black on that whistle, and then we'll switch over to, I think orange is probably our next color that we have. I should leave those outside. This is ready to be Shinoized. And then we're also going to use some like normal glaze today as well. Outside of Shino, we're going to use a glaze called Caribbean, which is one of my go-to glazes in the soda kiln. Not as much in my kiln. It is really nice in my kiln, but oh. Well, that really ruined my morning. I'm gonna go have a cup of tea. I'll be right back. That was my favorite whistle, which is why I wanted to glaze it first with this black. You know, what really bums me out about that is the fact that I need a certain amount of stuff to put in the back of my kiln to make it fire properly, and I only made just the bare minimum this time. So without that, my kiln's not going to fire super great this time. So that really bummed me out. That was the coolest whistle too, because it made the most unique sound. So that was cool. I don't know how much you guys can see, but there it is. And I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to be making sound anymore. So I don't think I've been that disappointed um, in something breaking in a really long time. So, truth be told, I really don't like making the whistles, but I was really proud of the ones that I did make there. So, and they take like crazy amount of time to dry and a crazy long time to make. And just gonna sit in annoyance for another couple minutes, and then we'll just get back to work. But that was frustrating to say the least. I guess the only silver lining is you guys got to watch it happen, so I guess that's a plus. Okay. Let's glaze this one. This is my next favorite, so we'll do this one black. Oh wow, that really pissed me off. That just pissed me off. It's just like disappointing. So, sorry if this one falls off too. I'm gonna lose my mind right now. All right, that's all the black I have. So, damn, that is just disappointing, guys. Leave this out in the sun for a little bit. You see what I did, little dog? Can you believe it? I can't believe it. How silly of me, huh? That was such a silly thing to do. I can't believe your dad did that. All right, I'm just gonna put these guys in the sun to dry faster, since we're not gonna be rebisking them. And I'm gonna grab some orange, and then I'll start actually talking to you guys again. But man, that up you go. There's cookies up there. I don't genuinely get upset when things break. Um, it's honestly quite rare for that to happen. Um, but, but damn, yeah, that's a tough one. All right, so let me. What's up, Sydney? Um, okay, let's switch over to an orange glaze. And I think that's what we have the most. No, or chartreuse. What do you guys think? The orange that I have is already opened and seems very watered down, um, which makes me like a little bit nervous. Well, the other option we could do is blue. We haven't done any blue. Um, why do I have a whole thing of royal purple? Wait, did we not use was purple not what we used? Oh, this is black. Oh, it's a whole nother thing of black. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I'm just gonna thin out some black glaze in here real quick. I guess I was like, why do we have so little black? And it's because I put it into another container because I had thinned it out so much yesterday. Oh, so we can keep going with black. Cool. Because that's really what I wanted to do. So I'm just gonna sieve it. Because that reason we were having issues yesterday was just because it's so chunky, and this should compensate for the chunkiness. And hopefully I won't thin it out as much as I just did in that last kind of spray. And then I think what I want to do is I don't know. We'll do some more. We'll look at the remaining pots we got, and then go from there. Okay. All right. This is exciting. This is thrilling. This is fun. So, the Caribbean. I'm. Uh, are you talking about Caribbean the glaze or Caribbean just like the color sounds fun? Because the Caribbean glaze, I think I want to ignore mostly in this firing. I kind of so we have the soda firing going on the first and second, so I'm going to be doing that. Okay, oops, I just watered this down too much. Whatever. At least this won't clog. I've watered out so much that it should be totally fine. So we're going back to black. See what else we can do. Everything seems to be in order. Hi, little dog. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some of the Caribbean glaze on like the turtles and things that I just took out of the kiln. Oh God, oh buddy. Okay. Hello, Bibbs. Oh, actually, this is slightly thicker, even though it seems really thin. This is slightly thicker than the stuff we were just putting on. So that's nice. And we got some little jars too. I don't know if you guys remember making these. I know it's about the same thickness. Oh no, it's a little thicker. Hold on, I can't really see comments out here. I will check in a sec when we're inside. I have my computer out. It's just too bright out here for me. And I don't really want to set my computer out here because I'm going to spray it with underglaze. I don't really want to do that. I think there's some serious potential for this black. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. And I think we're going to make the plates black too. I don't know if you guys remember we made a couple plates together. It's something I don't really do normally, but there's usually like a little bit of space on the very top of my film for some plates. So all right. Let me dry my hands off and move some stuff around so I don't knock things over. Oh yeah, well Brian, I have a bad time. I don't know why that people say that fish bite in the rain. Um, I've never got that. I always have a worse time fishing in the rain. But it's fine. This has to happen today. I'm not. I'm over the thing breaking. It is what it is. I can't do much about it at this point. So I just don't want to break anything else. So I'm just gonna be a little bit more cautious. Man, I just wish it could have been like a cup that broke. Not something that took hours to make. But you don't get to choose things sometimes. So we have a bunch of like textured cups, and I just want to quickly, while these are drying, because I can't really pick this up, kind of just like look at them because I think I shouldn't have bisqued some of them. So this one I like. That one can stay up there. This one, I'm on the fence about. This one, I think is fine. I'm on the fence about it. I like this one. That one's solid. I think that one's cool. Hate it. That one's not going in. That's good. That one's super cool. And then this is a cool one. It's just a half cup. And I'm gonna glaze it and fire it to show. I wish I had the other half of it to show the difference in size and how much they shrink, but this is just to show what the wall quality of my pots looks like after glazing. I've never done that before, so I don't know what I want to glaze this with. I might not glaze this at all. I might just throw this in the kiln. It has some of this underglaze on it. There's really no reason to glaze it. It'll self-glaze. So, and then yeah, this is a reject cup, reject cup, reject cup. And then the other things I have a bunch more little mini teapots. So why don't we do another black? And these two that are undecided can just go over here for now. I have a little butterfly pendant. That is not, that's going to be glazed. Same with this little butterfly. And then I have the mug earrings, which I think can be, I'm going to have go orange or something. Let's do 2 more black teapot pendants. So we'll have 3 total. And then the remaining ones can be orange. So, and then this plate I also want black because I think black with a black Shino or white Shino over the black glaze would be really nice. So, with all that being said, these are our reject cups. I'm just going to throw them on the ground next to this other broken stuff. These are our maybes. These are not going to get glazed. So let me bring these inside because these are going to get just a normal glazing. And these are not going to get anything. I don't know about those two. We'll see. Like I said. Luna, how are you? Probably for about an hour-ish, Luna. Oh wait, I don't need to bring these inside because I'm gonna bring the orange out soon. Probably an hour, hour and a half, Luna, something like that. I would assume. Because at the moment, all we're doing is our underglazing, and then after this, we haven't even finished the underglazing, and after that, oh, you know what I realized is we don't have enough. I can't do these in black. I don't have enough black. Interesting. What do I do then? So I guess we're gonna do the other plate in black, and then I guess we'll switch over to orange. Also, Luna, I can't see comments super well because it's too bright outside. So I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose. Oh, so we have a little bit left. So I'm gonna try to do one more teapot real quick because teapot shouldn't take a lot of glaze. So you can probably do another teapot. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I just have like a hair more, and I don't know what to do with it. I might just pour it out. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is switch over to a orange, and that means I need some bats. I need some stuff. I need to let that dry for half a second. What's up, Ola? Oh, okay. So, in order to get... Oh, wait, but the orange is on the fritz. I'm gonna have to make it work, though. But what I need to do first is clean out this whole tank, so I'm just gonna pour out all this, the remaining glaze, and just wash out my thing, just so I don't clog anything up. I don't want to get black in the orange. And all I'm doing is just, I have a thing of water here, and I'm just kind of like dumping the whole mechanism in the water. That's the way to go. All right, then I need to clean off this pail. It has this black underglaze in it. And I need a sponge. Um, and so when we switch over to the Shino, we'll go back inside. I'll be able to see everybody. You'll be able to see me more. So we'll get there. But so there's something that I want to talk about real quick about like annoyance and or like grief in pottery. Something that people don't really let happen very often, which I think is kind of important, is that annoying stuff happens like that whistle breaking, which was a huge bummer. I'm disappointed about it, but the thing that like is that I've noticed and things like that, and a lot of time I try not to like show any kind of emotion, is that um, the sympathy for something breaking is actually harder than the thing it breaking itself. So like the the potential, like the trying to be like, ah, but it's okay, it happens, and it's better just to sit in the grief for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just think about it, appreciate it, and then move on. Um, so I do appreciate any kind of like positivity, but for me personally, for things that are happening, it actually ends up being more of a negative for me. Um, why are you sitting millimeters from all of my pot? Baby, stop trying to turn over. You're like a half a millimeter. You're trying to knock over your dead stuff. Why are you trying to do that? You trying to be a little rascal? She's like sitting like us, like literally a millimeter from all of the pots that we just glazed, and she just like tried to flip over onto her back to be all cute. And just was trying to knock everything off. All right. So orange. I didn't even get all the black on that. Maybe we'll do an orange black combo for that thing. Like why not? Do something a little spicy for it. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, let me grab the orange and we will continue on our glazy journey. And I said this at the very beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it again now. I need something to clean that with. I usually am re-bisquing all this stuff to make my life easier with the Shinos later, but it's supposed to rain for essentially the next 7 days in a row, and so I can't actually do that at the moment. And so we're just going to try our best, do everything we can, and hope that this stuff is going to be okay not being re-bisqued. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi, that is a beautiful belly. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Wow. All right, please don't break any of my pots. Yes, I love you. You're great. You're wonderful. I need to keep going though. Um, why? Why are you being like that, little one? You're being so verstudelt. You're like right on the thing. Up to bed, please. Up to bed. We need to find another bat real quick. There you go, my love. Thank you, JM. Appreciate it. That's very sweet of you. Ooh, here we go. This is what I needed. It was a doozy. What's it? All right. This is the proper terminology for one of these bats. They are called doozy whatsits. And fight anybody who says that's wrong. Actually, is there a name for these specific types of plastic bats? Um, People seem very like hit or miss on like if they enjoy them or not. I think they're fine. I don't use plastic bats, um, except for when I'm making plates and things because they uh, are not good for using a heat gun. I'm just gonna melt all my plastic bats off if I do that.
Okay, orange time. Let's hope this is actually orange because I have to this is just like leftover. I haven't done anything to it. I haven't processed it. I'm not gonna pour it all out just in case there's some I guess sediment wouldn't have sat because I just shook it. Well, we'll find out. This is all gonna be great. Oh, that is thin though. Boy, oh boy. I mean, it'll be fine, but that is just like water. Ew. I'm kind of excited for these ones that have like a different underglaze that got speckled on. Like a lot of these have black underglaze. They got speckled on to the inside and the outside, just from cross spray. And so I'm kind of like curious how much that'll actually show up. It might not show up at all, so like who knows? But like look at all that cool black in there. Like there could be some potential for some sweet stuff. And then we have to intentionally start messing our stuff up by cross spraying, put it all off in the distance so when we're spraying we get cool stuff happening. And all these just came out of the bisque this morning. I just took them out. Um, we are going to, like I said earlier too, we are going to use some actual glaze outside of the Shino for our comb packs mostly. So a couple, maybe a year ago, I decided that every comb pack I made is going to get turned into a tea pet. And so I made some slugs, and I made um, some turtles and things like that. So we got to glaze those in a bit. I'm really excited for these little mugs that we made. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fire them. Like they're just going to get knocked over in the kiln. I don't know. Not really sure what to do here. Maybe I'll side fire them. I don't know, they were supposed to be earrings, but they might end up just being like little objects or something, you know? All right. Okay. I think it is a speedball bat, but I'm not. Yeah, I think I was gifted them, so like the tiny teapots are where they're at. You know, can't go wrong with them because we have this lid that needs to be orange, this lid that needs to be orange, um, and then I guess we can work. We're gonna orangefy the last three whistles too, I guess, and hopefully just don't break on us. Oh man, we got some rain clouds coming in right now. Hopefully it holds off for a bit. And then I just made this like weird like stone sculpture thing. We're also gonna make that orange just because why not? And we got the lose. So this is my like weird just like stone object. I'm just gonna put in my garden later. Ooh, wait, is this an unopened one? Oh my god, look at that. I didn't know I had an unopened orange. Holy moly. It's like Christmas over here. Jeez. It's fantastic. Uh, the problem is, wait, I don't want it that thick, and I don't have any water out here. And I'm feeling lazy. I don't want to get up. So let's just pour this into. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Give me one sec. I can't be that lazy. As much as I want to be, it's not gonna happen. Oh, you will? Awesome. No, so some are orange, some are black, and I think we did some blue, purple ones too. To be honest, I don't really remember what we did. I just did the last three black, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, God. I guess I could use like just a normal glaze too on them, but I don't really want to. I'm really kind of like I like the only thing that I'm going to be doing that has like a normal glaze on is the tone packs and the and my buddy's custom teapot. Oh no, did I clog this? I was like, it's going on so nicely. It's because I put it on thick or too thick. It's okay. All right, let's do this weird sculpture thing next. Welcome back, little beads. Oh my god, hold up, hold up. I got you a cookie. Don't you worry. Don't you fret, little lady. There you go, my little love. Gotta have our welcome back cookies, you know? Only one at the moment, though, little dog, because my hands are a little orange, and I don't really want to orangify your stuff. Alright. One more whistle. And then I think we're done with underglazing. I could be wrong. Maybe there's something else that I'm missing. But okay. Oh my god, I just almost broke this other whistle. Really? One of those days, guys. I swear. Let me put this inside before I break it. And I have one more thing I want to underglaze, or two. Yeah, there's a couple of cool ones out there, eh? So one, a little turtle. It's a whistle. The turtle whistle. I bring these in too before I break them as well. You may have noticed I didn't do the bottom side of that really big whistle we just did. And it was somewhat intentional. Mostly because I don't care. But the other part is the net shows kind of a gradation of white. And a couple times I did it last time, it was kind of nice. So it's a cool little double walled collapsing piece. Aha, we're out. All right. Oh wait, I didn't finish though. Ah. All right. So I'm gonna move you guys inside. We're gonna clean up what we need to do, and then we're gonna start wadding and glazing and all that fun stuff. So give me a sec to wash my hands. I'll move you guys, and then we'll clean. One thing I like about pottery is that you can clean things with dirty water. Not the spray gun, but everything else in pottery you can clean with dirty water. Um, I just think that's kind of a fun little additive. I'm excited to take this mask off. Actually, let me just wash out this spray gun real quick before anything gets too far. I've learned my lesson with spray guns. You really gotta make sure you clean them out nicely, like immediately after, or you're gonna have a bad time. So, all right, that's done. Release this valve. Get all the pressure out. All right, so I'm gonna walk into the distance for you guys real quick before we get to the next one, because I need to go grab some glaze in a different part of my house. So I'm gonna go walk over there real quick. I'd take you with me, but the Wi-Fi is not very good, so. But now we can go inside. I'm just picking up the Caribbean glaze. And at some point, I will show you guys what's inside this sliding door, because it's pretty cool. Maybe that'll go onto the members thing. Maybe we'll do that tonight. It's more fun in the dark. So, okay, Caribbean with copper, and then I also want a Willy Helix. We'll just do. Hi, beautiful. So this is my little bit of Caribbean I have left. With copper, it comes out a really beautiful color. With cobalt, it comes out a really beautiful color. Actually, no, this one with the cobalt, I take it back. This one comes out cobalt matte. It's not very pretty. The Willy Helix with cobalt. Why would you have done that, little dog? Why did you scrape your little pawsies all over my freshly glazed things that we're drying, little dog? All right, well, my plates are going to be pretty dirty. That's okay.
All right, so let me just move us all inside. I did not finish wiping off any of the galleries of the teapots that we glazed yesterday. I didn't want to be in here anymore. Hi, here you go. Here's a cookie. Here's a cookie for being such a good dog. She did. I don't know if you can see it from where you guys are, but she just put dirt, which I think it'll mostly come out. Whatever. It's not mostly coming out, but that's okay. We'll just, maybe it'll add to the glaze. It's going to be nothing but a enhancer for our pottery. She's helping us. That's all I'm saying. It's clearly anything she does, she's the boss around here, so she knows what's up. All right. Let me grab everything from outside, and we're just going to move it all inside real quick, and then I'll take you guys inside. Exactly. This is going to be more expensive because it has her mark on it. Mark of approval. You better dehackle yourself, little lady. I don't know what you're seeing, but dehackle yourself, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's just more schmutz all over our plate. It's a shame that I decompressed the air compressor, because if I hadn't, I could have just blown off all the dirt, but I don't want to start it up again. That's, you know what, Jam? That makes 100% sense to me. This little dog, so years ago, my ex was startled going into my kiln room from a bird, and Olive realized it was the bird that startled her, and now she's just like, birds, no, get away from everybody, they're attacking my family. So now she's like super hates, we have a lot of woodpeckers, and so they'll fly around and they'll make noise, and she'll just like run after woodpecker sounds in the distance. I don't know if you guys can hear all the woodpeckers in the background from the audio, but they've been hitting their heads against the wood for pretty much the entire time we've been out here doing stuff. But keeps running towards the pileated woodpecker sounds. Little teapots. Oh, well, eventually when I switch over to streaming, if I do this onto my nicer camera, that nicer phone, maybe the audio will pick up at that point. Or maybe it's because I just have my headphones in that you can actually hear it. But they're pretty cool. They're very woodpeckery. We're almost done. Where's that sponge, little butt? Oh, there it is. Oh, and there's some more underglaze. Awesome. So I hope you guys are enjoying this very static view in the background while I'm kind of going back and forth. Maybe I'll bring you guys inside now so you can at least see something happening. Not just like just my house in the background. All right. Hold on one sec. Let's move you guys over. Bring you over to the glazing station. I'm for it. I think she'd be for it too. Granted, that dog gets the royal treatment. She's having coho salmon for dinner tonight. I've been defrosting it since this morning. Actually, I'm going to put you guys right here for a second while I kind of meander in and out. This is my little studio. It's an absolute mess. Glaze situations are always just too much. Joyce. And so there's just stuff over the floor, there's stuff here, there's stuff there. And in a couple days I'll get my act together and get everything back in order. But I think I just want to get all this glazing and wadding done first, and then we can kind of go from there. Really don't want that anymore. I don't want this hat anymore. This and this. These would be nice to take off. I don't know if I have any place for these right now. Kind of running out of space for anything. She's so mad at this woodpecker right now. I wish you guys could hear it, because it's like every single time she runs out or you hear her growling or something like that, it's because it's 100% because there's a woodpecker and she's like, "Get off my property," every single time. So it sounds like there's two pileated woodpeckers. It sounds like there's one down by my pond, and then there's one closer to where we are right now. Cool. We did the hard part of the glazing session, though, which is nice. Like, just to have this part done. I'll do the rest of this cleaning off camera. I just wanted to get rid of like the majority of the stuff, you know. So I'm going to show you two glazes that we're not using today, but are cool. And the only reason I'm showing it to you is because I'm drinking out of one at the moment. But it's a glaze called Willy Helix, and we were talking about it a second ago. So this is Willy Helix, but this is Willy Helix with a copper base. Now, if you replace the copper for cobalt oxide, this is what happens. So these are the same glaze, but this is cobalt and this is copper, but they're the same base glaze. Isn't that kind of cool? So, kind of fun. All right, I need to move my computer so I can actually finally see what you guys are saying most of the time. And, right. And then I want to move, I need to get my water. You know, this food is it's right in front of me. Oh my God, I'm so prepared. I want to make sure the little dog has welcome back cookies, because, you know, you gotta have welcome back cookies. It's kind of an essential. Yeah, okay, the rest of this I don't need to clean up right now. I'll just deal with after we glaze. So I'm going to grab my tea. I'm going to stir it up. This is the same pu'er we were drinking yesterday. It's a white 2T pu'er that I don't know anything else about, except that it's nice. It's solid. All right, I'm going to move you guys to our little glazing station. Oh my God, moving all around my studio. But yeah, I think this evening I'm going to an art opening of a friend of mine. But after that, when I get back, which should be around like 7:30 tonight, I'm gonna plug you guys in too. 1 sec. I think we might do a little video showing off all my granddad's sculptures and kind of some of the other spaces in this house, which are kind of cool. Little love, up to bed, please. Up to bed, please. I'm just gonna close the door on us so she can't keep running after stuff. It might mess up the Wi-Fi for half a second, so I apologize for that. Okay. Oh my God, Sydney, my condolences. That is a horrible thing. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I don't really want to deal with the galleries of these teapots that we did yesterday at this exact moment, so we're just going to put these to the side. We're going to do the stuff that we just did because it's way easier, and I don't feel like being annoyed. I'm not annoyed about the teapot, the whistle that broke earlier anymore, but I do not want to exacerbate. exacerbate my feelings on disappointments of things like that. Oh my God, sugar? What are you talking about, JM? I gotta get to the purest thing, you know? It is devastating. It's horrible. It's the worst thing that I could have heard. God, this place is such a mess right now. How do you guys let me get to this point? Ridiculous. We also like, you know how I said we made enough Shino? I don't think we made enough Shino. I don't think this is enough for everything that we have to do. We'll see, but this is not looking promising, guys. It's really horrible when you start like making worse brews, because because you're like, oh, I gotta just like make sure that I'm not wasting my little last drops, and then I always think back to all the times that I've wasted all this tea, all this gorgeous tea. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna do the Shinos first. I want to start with the lids of the teapots that we did. Again, I'm not rebisking these. I don't know if that's gonna be a mistake here. That means I can't clean if I screw up. So it also, I don't know what it means as far as like attachment goes. Um, I underglazed everything, the only thing, there are only like two things, a few things that I'm not underglazing this entire firing. I'll show you a couple examples of things that I'm not. This is going to get Caribbean. All my cone packs, this is my slug cone pack. That's going to get Caribbean or maybe a Yumi. And then the two butterfly pendants, my two butterfly pendants are also going to get a glaze. But everything has been underglazed. Isn't this like cool? Okay, okay. Well, now that I showed you that, guys, here, check it out. We have two different kinds of cone packs. We have our turtle cone 6-pack, little snapping turtle, and then we have our snapping turtle cone 8, 9, 10, 11 pack. So there'll be little teapots for sale as well. I can't believe it took me up until like a year ago to start doing that. I think that's like ridiculous. What? You make slug things? Slugs are so great. I was thinking about when I was making, I was like like thinking back to my days in Oregon when I would hike around and just see banana slugs everywhere I walked. So, okay, how do we start this? We're just gonna do. We're running low. I'm like, Sydney, I'd be honored if the slug was named Gus. Just remind me when I'm making the listings that that's what we've decided to name it. So when I put it up on my website, it will be named Gus. So the downside of us not bisking, I mean, is that I really like the base of these to be like a different color, not just like your stock standard like porcelain. But they'll have to just be white, which is not the end of the world. I'm really, really, really excited for the black with the white underglaze on top. And this is going to be the one piece that actually came out really cool. That square. I don't know how well you can see it. That one's not going to get any more glaze. That's going to be our one black experiment that that is not going to get the glaze all the way through everything else. Oh yeah, why slugs? Can I ask? Or like, is there a specific type of slug too that we're feeling? Or just slugs in general because slugs are cool? Because that is a very legitimate, very understandable answer to that. God, why I'm so out of space, like out of room in here. I need something that's more organized. Okay, hold on. I need to do something better than what we're doing right now. This is like kind of ridiculous. That's frustrating. Okay, we could do this, and then I can take down this board. I can take down this board, and then I can just store these guys on top for now. Cool. It's a little weird. Oh my god, this color. Oh my god, guys. I might not have to glaze that one too. I'm not gonna do. You know what? Check out this one. It's gonna be hard to kind of show because it's dry, but look how cool that the design is on that one. I'm not gonna touch that one either. There's two. I hope that looks good. I hope that I'm not gonna completely regret doing stuff like that. Oh, and the last thing I want to do is move where my computer is because I hate having to like get out of frame and looking over to the side to actually see what you guys are saying. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So underglaze in a traditional like electric kiln will come out matte, but in an atmospheric kiln, it'll come out glossy. And so the black will just be a glossy black. Well, so none of this can be put directly on a kiln shelf anyway, because it's an atmospheric kiln. You have to put wadding on the bottom of everything. If you didn't, it would all stick to the shelf, no matter what. So Joyce, I would love to fire them really soon, but the problem is that it's supposed to round rain for the next 10 days. And I don't know. I, I would really like to start making some money. Like I said, this is like my full-time gig, right? And I haven't fired a kiln since December. And so I would like it sooner than later, you know? But if it's not going to be good weather, then I can't do it. So, and I can't do it this weekend because the buddy I have that helps me is in the city this weekend. So there is one day next week that's not raining. It's the 1st of April, but on the 1st of April, I'm also firing a soda kiln, and so I don't know if I'm going to want to emotionally invest 2 firings in one day. I might, but we'll see. Because I also have to load the kiln, and I don't want to load in the rain. It's a really kind of nightmarish to load in the rain. I'm gonna slip and fall and hurt myself. So I don't know. In a couple weeks, I would between the firing will be between the 1st and the 15th, hopefully, of April, and then it takes about 3 or 4 days to cool the kiln down. Oh my god, these look so good. I like want to not fire. I don't want to glaze the whole part of them because they're so pretty. But I should because we don't know what it looks like. But oh my god, this is really, really pretty. I might have to start doing a series of black clay with a creamy white where the black clay is just exposed and you have a matte black and a glossy white because that's stunning. And I could totally do that. So that's something that we might have to think about in the future. Yes, very true. Very true, Joyce. Luna, what's up? What's happening? Tell me everything. How was swimming yesterday? There's a little jar thing. So the cool thing about atmospheric firing too is that because the whole thing gets glazed anyway, no matter what, if I don't glaze it, still gets glazed, doesn't matter. I'm not going to be glazing the inside of this jar. But the cool thing is that the inside of this jar will still be glossy-ish. What's up, Luna? How are you? What's new? What's happening? What's going on? So the second thing we're going to be doing outside of the spraying and the dipping and everything, I'm going to take a tea break. Once we've finished glazing everything, that'll just give some time for this glaze to dry. And then we are going to start the really boring, incredibly boring, very laborious process of wadding. And wadding is fun. You have to use 3 pieces of wadding, which is my wadding is a 50-50 of aluminum hydrate and EPK, or it's not EPK, it's a kaolin. It's Georgie's Pioneer kaolin. I used to use EPK, and then there was an EPK shortage, and now I use this other one. Okay, have fun riding your bike. See you in a bit. But if you don't add, I think it could be really cool, and it looks so pretty. I mean, like, I'll show you guys what they look like lined up because they're stunning. I actually want to take a photo of them lined up like this first because, like really, really, really pretty. Um, I always regret not fully glazing stuff. Oh, a speckly brown clay is really nice. So I used to use stoneware, and the stoneware was called T3, and it's a gray stoneware, but at cone 10 and soda, it goes brown and speckles. It's really pretty. Um, ah, they're so pretty. I can't stand it. Yeah, I want to move this over here because I want to take this I want to line these up and take a really cool photo. I might just have to not glaze them any more than this and I feel like I'm going to regret doing that. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I'm looking at because I want you to see why I'm having such like difficulty. Nice. What kind of puer? All right, I can't change my camera angle, but check these out. Like, isn't that stunning? Like, I I almost don't want to touch them. Like, is that not super cool? Um, I think that I think I'm gonna regret not um, not glazing them, but dang, they look cool. I'm gonna take a photo real quick of them. Uh, so I don't know if I'm gonna regret that. Okay, why don't we do half and half? That's half. So half is done, and then we have a couple more that'll glaze fully. I think that they're looking nicer now than they're actually going to look later, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to keep it like that. Well, you're right that we'll do half and half. Nice. Were we talking about this, or was this Sydney about kind of the fear of raw puer? Um, uh, uh, so it would be difficult to put another glaze on top of them and refire them, but I certainly could just throw them into like another soda kiln or something, if they didn't come out nice. So, and we were having this whole discussion yesterday here about textiles, and I think textiles are stupid in atmospheric kilns. I don't think they show anything. I think textiles are only relevant in gas kilns and in electric kilns. But in any kind of atmospheric kiln, I think they are kind of a worthless thing. Um, and so this is how you do a test tile, right? We just commit and fully like just do a bunch of them and see what happens depending on where they are in the kiln and if they look nice or they don't look nice. I think we have to just kind of full go for it. Okay, that's what I thought, Sydney. Yeah, I'm also slightly not a huge fan. Though I think what I'm drinking right now is a raw puer, but it's not super old. I feel like a lot of the maybe the what's been happening is a lot of the raw puers that I've been having that are older haven't been stored properly. Um, thanks, Jam, because they get on that like grandma's closet taste a lot of the time. So I think it's probably a storage issue, and it's probably my fault. Um, oh my god, guys, this might just I might have to just not do atmospheric anymore, and I just do black clay with a white glaze. I mean, this is what we were trying to do the other day with that Mastodon clay, and then I turns my white glaze blue, but totally fair. Was it the did you grow did the one that you tried first, did that one ever grow on you, or did you have to find a raw puer that you really enjoyed? No, I don't even know what that second word is. I've never heard I don't what is that? I've never also I just want to make this abundantly clear. I have never claimed to know much about tea. I just drink a lot of tea. I'm really hoping I just meet someone who goes to China and wants to bring me with them. And I was talking to someone. There's a woman who used to be like a local to like just down the street from me, and now she's up in Boston. And I was just talking to her yesterday, and she's like, "Yeah, just going to China all the time." And I just like threw in. I'm like, if you want someone just to keep you company while you're in China looking at tea, uh, I'm there. I'll do it. And then I just never heard from her again. Um, I hope she didn't think I was like hitting on her. I was literally just trying to. I just want to go to China with someone who's going specifically for tea, and whatever, doesn't matter. So I used to float my lids and sit them on top, um, and so they were all the same color. But I've stopped doing that because I just don't care anymore. I think it's more fun to have things that are a little bit different. No, Luna, I'm single at the moment. I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's hard to meet people. Hmm. I'm gonna have to Google that too, Sydney. Hmm. Gotcha. So what's interesting is that for puer, I've noticed that I really like it usually like steeped aggressively hard because if it's a light steep, it tastes like fish water to me. But He seems pretty knowledgeable. I saw that, Luna. Nice. Mm, because I like being in the middle of nowhere. I'm a hermit at heart, Luna, and so there's just like, what am I? I'm an hour and a half from the city, so I'm not super far away, but um, most of the people that I end up dating are like at least an hour away from me because there's no one around here. Interesting. Okay. I might, Rami. Depends on what you do for me. Um, yeah, every so often it gets kind of lonely, Luna, but this goes back to the whole thing where I really like uh, being alone. I'm a hermit at heart. You're doing a lot of begging, Rami, without doing anything for me, you know? I don't know how I feel about that. Hmm. This is one of the few non-double walled teapots that we had in this firing. Exactly, Sydney. It's like, yeah, it would be great. It'd be great to meet someone, um, but is what it is. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, that's fine. How do I want to do this? I think that's how I want to do this. I'm in Connecticut. Yeah, right. I really like solo traveling. Meet cool people. You can kind of go at whatever pace you want. Um, it's nice. Nice. Right on. How long you been in Florida for? My friend just moved to Florida. She's from Florida. Just moved back down there. Um, well, she's going today. I think she's starting the drive down with all of her stuff today. Hold on one sec. Just want to see who's pulling into my driveway. So a buddy of mine said he was coming over at some point. He had a job nearby here. No, that car's too fancy. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna just pretend I'm not here. Um, yeah, I like that approach too because it's like I'm not. Uh, I don't need a relationship. It'd be nice to have one at some point, but I'm in no rush. Yeah, it's super chill, which is why I like it here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's lovely. It's quiet. I don't have to see people if I don't want to. I grow all my own food. I have my own fruit. I live on a bunch of land. There's lakes everywhere. There's rivers everywhere. It's quiet. It's, I can't complain. Korea, that'd be cool. Love that idea. That's right, Joyce. I knew that. These super cute. Ontario, nice. Yeah, middle of nowhere is where it's at, you know. Okay, this one I messed up, but we're gonna leave a little bit of swath of black there, you know. Yeah, but you could move there and learn it when you're there. That's probably how I should have gone. I should have gone to Japan and just when I was offered that apprenticeship, I should have just like gone for a bit, learned more Japanese, and then once it felt a little bit better, I could have actually right, and then I could have actually just worked for the guy. But it was bad timing. I it was the when I was offered that apprenticeship, it was the same year I got Olive, and I had just like been starting a relationship with someone, so it just didn't feel right. And now I don't really want to be scrubbing floors for a Japanese dude for 12 hours a day. So, yeah. Well, because I don't think desperate is definitely the term. I feel like if we're gonna do a couple with that, with the black is kind of exposed. I think that'd be kind of cool. Um, you know, I'm not in any rush. I'm not having kids, and so there's no like need for anything. I don't really care about being married. Don't really care about being in a relationship. If it works, it works. I don't need like crazy commitment. Um, so it does. I will say that things do get lonely every so often, but that's not the end of the world. You know, I have a little dog. She keeps me company. Hmm. These little tiny teapots are so cute. I'm so into them. No, Luna, but I also don't need someone like there all the time. It's not going to benefit me or them in any way. My ideal is to find someone who has their whole thing going. They're fine being single too, and we just reconvene every once a week, every other week. That's my ideal. I don't need any more than that, or want any more than that, honestly. I see what this is. I never did, Joyce. We never made any more tiny teapots. The plan is to do that at some point, but we just never made any more after we had that talk. I feel like, at least for me, Luna, the older I get, the less I care about needing someone else's attention or approval or uh, like need for something like that. Exactly. It's nice. I got no complaint. I you know, I don't want to be friends with parents. I teach kids. I don't really want one of my own. And again, I feel like if I was really desperate, if I really wanted like a kid, I would, you know, try harder. But again, not for me. Not gonna happen. Hmm. My part-time job is teaching kids, Luna. I was a full-time art teacher. I was a full-time PE teacher for a while. I'm a tennis instructor, do the ski team. I'm an outdoor club. I used to do a fort building class, a outdoor education class that was just kind of about wild edible plants and things like that. Um, and then I used to teach kids pottery classes at different craft centers. And then I teach adults pottery, private lessons and stuff like that. So yeah, and they're just gross, Sydney. Just balls of germs. Ugh. Gross, gross, gross. I've always had this mentality, but I feel like anybody who wants a kid should have to teach kids for a couple of years. And if you still want a kid after that, and after having to deal with other parents and things, then have at it. Um, that you kids were meant for you. But if you don't do that, I think it's crazy that people have kids. No offense to anybody who has kids in here. Nice. That's awesome. How do you like homeschooling? It is fine, Luna. I there it's really kind of like a parent issue for me. Um, them always trying to micromanage, just like homeschool your kid or don't micromanage. You can't have both. Um, I I don't know. As you should, Joel. As you should. So, Joel, you're from Ontario or you live in Ontario? So one thing that I didn't talk about today about Shinos and things like that, they all have this all has soda ash in it. Because there's soda ash in it, it takes longer to dry, and because the underglaze we sprayed on made all the pots wet, it's taking longer for it to dry. So what's going to happen is that everything that we are glazing, we're not going to be able to do our second glaze application probably at this moment. Once we haven't even finished glazing the normal stuff. But what we're going to do is start wadding. And by the time we're done with some wadding, we should be able to start doing the other stuff. I'm using my hands a lot for some reason. Yeah, I hear that a lot, Sydney. I hear that a lot. Good. I'm glad, JM. Awesome. Alone time is key. Since we're talking about alone time and ideal relationship things, my ideal relationship, it would be someone who they could live in the same house as me, but we're in two separate parts of the house. I'm not, kind of over living with people. All right, later. Thanks for hanging out. This orange is not drying. I guess the orange is the one we just did last, isn't it? Okay, that makes sense. I'm loving these little guys. Oh my God, they're so cute. I hope they don't all just fall over in the kiln, which is like, honestly, like a pretty solid possibility. Yeah, exactly. That's where it's at. Gotcha. Yeah, it's I like that kind of mentality. I know. So yeah, the yeah, I think that's good. Everybody needs their alone time, and I think there's like a lot of societal pressure to have your partner as your everything and do everything with them, and I think that's just personally super unhealthy. Um, select things, awesome, but it doesn't have to be everything. How? How? Oh yeah, awesome. How am I supposed to fire these? It's gonna fall over. Ah. Um, maybe we don't. We're not gonna. You know what? We're not going to put Shino on the earrings because we're gonna side fire them instead on some wadding, and then that solves our problem. And now I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm really running low on this glaze. I made another 2,000 grams of this. When they'll go up on my website in a couple weeks. So here's the other thing. I have a reserve period on my Instagram, on my stories, and I think that I'm going to change it either to a Patreon or to a membership thing here, where you get the first look, and you can reserve work prior to a shop update going. I think I'm going to stop doing the reserves on the stories potentially. Annoying, I've tried to keep my prices and everything and all that kind of stuff down really low compared to other people of the same kind of generation of pottery as myself. But everything is getting more expensive, and I'm starting to not be able. It's a lot of work for a payout that's not even close to the amount of work that's going into it. So I'm gonna have to like figure out a couple things to very tiny wads. So I'm gonna have to figure out a couple different things to kind of do to compensate for that fact without making things just kind of outrageously expensive. That is something I haven't figured out yet, but I'm sure we'll have to before the next update. But thank you, JM. I really appreciate that. Very sweet of you. I know. I think that's what I have to do. I think what we're gonna do essentially is fewer firings throughout the year, and the stuff less work overall produced every year. And everything's just gonna be more expensive, but not by like a crazy thing. But yeah, agreed, Luna. It was very sweet. I'm very appreciative of it. But the yeah. Would you guys, if I did something like that, would it make more sense to have a membership, or would it make thank you, JM. It's so sweet. Oh my God. She's gonna be eating so great. This dog, I swear. Um, luckiest dog on the planet right here. Would it make more sense to do a membership on a subscription thing on Instagram where I have well, there's gonna have for the reserve thing, Luna. It's gonna have to be something like that. Otherwise, I can't make a living anymore. It's starting to get less doable every year with just the cost of living. So it's either a subscription thing on Instagram that shows reserves during the unload, a Patreon, or a membership here. I think it makes more sense to either do a membership here or the subscription on. Wait, what am I doing? Subscription on Instagram, because that's usually where I post anyway about the work and the updates. Do you think Patreon is the way to go? I've never actually made a Patreon, so I don't really understand how it works, but I'm happy to try that out. Do you know what the percentage is that they take on Patreon? Okay, I'll do Patreon. That sounds good to me. I'll do some research on that later. Thank you. I appreciate that, JM. Yeah, I don't actually know how the subscription works on Instagram, but it does, I think that does make more sense as far as like, actually, this turtle, I'm not gonna horrible sounding turtle. I don't know if you guys saw, but you can clog its butt and change its pitch. I can't get my mouth on it enough. I don't want to put it on because it's gross. I'm gonna spit on my ground real quick. Okay, what else do we need to do? Check out this bowl. Oh, that's smart. Okay. Okay, let me try a Patreon then. No, so no one's gonna miss anything. It's just like instead of doing my reserve period like I always do on Instagram, I'm gonna do the reserve period on Patreon. Um, and then that just kind of helps me out in case, like right now, I've like made like almost no money outside of my like side jobs from December until whenever this next firing actually happens. Um, and through like it's like it's been like side jobs and like essentially YouTube donations. it's been it's been a it's been interesting. I just every kind of year I always am like, can I do this full time? There's also a time people in midsummer don't buy pottery from me for some reason. And so like there's like 2 times a year I'm always like, can I keep doing this full time? Um, and the answer is yes. It's been manageable, but it is I'm always kind of like, "Ugh, is it actually possible?" Okay, so this is our olive collab. Um, I think I'm just gonna pour. I think we're gonna have to make more glaze. I hope I have enough spodumene to make more glaze. I might not, but we've never made glaze together, right? Have we made glaze together? I don't think so. We we like kind of made glaze together the other day, as in we just like mixed it up. We're gonna do that now, actually. We're gonna make glaze together because oh, God. We're running out. I'm slightly worried that you guys are not the Wi-Fi is not gonna work and you're not gonna be able to actually um, do it with me, but we're gonna try. So this is the recipe that I made yesterday. And the big question is, do I have 264 grams of spodumene? Um, exactly. It's going to be such a good party right now. I guess I don't need to make all of this. I can make 1,000 gram batch instead because we don't have. No, I should make 2,000 grams if I have it. All right, let's go on a little adventure. I need a pen. Need a pen just in case. I have to. Siri has been a really great thing for me because I went to I went to a Montessori school, and then I went to a Waldorf school, and then I went to an art school. So my math abilities are less than subpar, and so Siri has been a really great help for me. Because I've been able to just ask what percentages of what do what on everything. All right, I also have to clean out this black underglaze real quick because we're going to need this sieve in a second. So give me half a second to do this. And then after we finish glazing everything, I said we were going to keep going or whatever and do the wadding. We're going to have to take a little bit of a break because I don't have my charger for my computer. And so after we make the glaze and finish our glazing, we'll take like a 20-30 minute break. That also gives me a break for my back to set. I'm still wearing the back brace. So, okay, don't need a vapor respirator anymore. I need a particle respirator now. All right, let's go on an adventure. Like I said, I don't know if you guys are gonna have Wi-Fi in here. So if you don't, please let me know.
it's not going to take super long anyway. So I got my scale, I got my recipe. I need you guys in a second. I think I have 900 grams of sneffeline cyanide. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to find that out too. I'll be right back, little dog. You stay here. So my glaze room is something else that I really need to work on. It's an absolute mess. I had a skunk living in here, and so yeah, I had a skunk living here for a really long time, and so I was unable to kind of like work in here freely by moving stuff around. Okay, so this is my little kiln room, and I'm just going to face you down so you can see what we're putting in here. The big thing I need to figure out real quick, though, before we do any of this, is do I have enough spodumene? It feels like it. It definitely feels like it. We need 264 grams, and I have 900 grams of it. Oh my god. How lucky are we? So, the first ingredient that we are going to put in here is 368 grams of Kona F4 feldspar, which I believe, and I said this yesterday, I think it's a potassium-based feldspar. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that you can't, I'm pretty sure you can't, at least I don't know this, I'm pretty sure you cannot buy this feldspar anymore. Okay, tear this off. Now we gotta go for our spodumene. 264 grams of spodumene, or spodumene as everybody else seems to say, but it seems like spodumene to me. But again, I went to art school, so who's to say what I'm saying is correct or not? I'm just making stuff up. I'm making up everything as I go anyway. So glaze making is just like bacon. You just follow a recipe, just put stuff in, and then you just hope for the best. Tear that off. All right, now we need OM4, which is a ball clay. This is a much lighter clay base, sorry, whatever. We need 300 grams of this. Hopefully you guys still have your Wi-Fi and you can actually see everything. Now, we need 80 grams of nepheline, 80 grams of soda ash, and I like to mix my soda ash in hot. So, I'm just gonna grab this little thing, tear this off, and we're gonna mix this in with warm water. We're gonna have to warm up some water because I have not had my kettle on the stove. And for fun, we're gonna put in 90 grams because it's gonna make it juicier. All right. So that's saved for later. Re-tear this. Nepheline cyanide, we need 900 grams. Now, I'm down to my last little bit of nephi. And so I'm a little worried I'm not going to have enough here. I think we're just going to hit just the right amount. Okay, we're at 730 grams. I definitely cannot make any more of this glaze without buying another 50-pound bag of this. So there's another glaze that, another flux like nepheline cyanide, called ghostly borate, or borat. And that one is not, the mine has closed down, so it's not accessible anymore. So I'm happy that this recipe requires this instead. Every year, different recipe, things are gone. I we 48 mine's closed down, so you have to change recipes and things like that. 48 grams of kaolin. It recalls for EPK. I do not have EPK, so I'm going to use Georgie's Pioneer Kaolin. And then it calls for 35 grams of bentonite, which is behind you guys, so you're probably going to fall over while I do this, but I'm just going to do a punch. Just going to punch it in. And bentonite's that thing that if you go to a spa and they put clay on your face. This is what they're putting on your face. Years ago, I went and I collected like 50 pounds of bentonite. But then I proceeded to bring it back, process it, and then I lost it. So, very silly of me. So, there's our thing. We're going to just mix it up a little bit. Make sure it's all good. Make it all dusty in here so we don't make it dusty in there. So, you're painting your phone case. What are you painting your phone case? Now, I might not have enough water to actually make this glaze, so I may have to leave you guys alone for a little bit. Unless we want to use tea, but that seems like a waste of tea. So let me see what we got. There's not enough water. Okay. Okay. So I need to run up to my apartment real quick and fill up a thing of water. I'm gonna be right back. I'm also gonna grab my phone, my charger cable from my computer while I'm up there. I will be gone for like 4 or 5 minutes. I'd take you with me, but you will lose power Wi-Fi on that one. So I'll be right back. Bill Doug, you stay here. I mean, you can come with me if you want. You want to come with me? All right. I think you guys are going to be able to hear me most of the way up to my apartment. I think the Wi-Fi is probably, or the Bluetooth will probably cut out at some point. Okay, that's glaze making. It's pretty simple, straightforward.
In you go, little dog. We're back. Wow, what a cute little girl you are. Here you are. Here's some cookies for my little love. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too long for you guys. Let's figure out how to get my computer charger. So we're probably still going to take a break, even though yeah, let's hear it, Luna. I want to hear some insults. All right, let me take this back brace off for a little bit. I'm losing my mind wearing it, honestly. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do this. So the first thing we're going to do is... All right, later, Luna. Thanks for hanging out. First thing we're going to do is take our soda ash and we are going to transfer it over to this vessel. And we're going to pour it into there. And then we're going to take the hot water that I just collected. And I'm going to spill it all over my ground, all over my floor, because that's the thing to do. Pour it into there, make a nice salty solution, which will probably kill you if you actually try to drink it, but that's okay. No one's trying to drink that salt. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir. This is just going to make it so that salt does not coagulate and turn into just a giant salt crystal on the bottom. So that's the last thing we want to happen. Not the end of the world if it does. One of the reasons I add the extra 10 grams of soda ash is that if it doesn't fully do its thing and it decides to solidify before it actually goes through the sieve, we got probably the amount that we needed. Tea. Okay, I need to put my mask on for another half a second. Because when I add water to this part, it's going to plume up a little bit on my face, which is fine, but is not ideal. I guess you can't see what's happening. You guys hear the bubbling? Yeah, you don't want to breathe this in either. Not good. So now that I've added water, I should be able to take my mask off. But I'm just going to give it a second for everything to kind of disperse. 100% cauldron-y sounds. Alright, that is some thick gloop right there. I'm going to add in my salt solution. Stir this around a little bit more. What's interesting about that salt is that even if I didn't add it in to hot water, it has some kind of thermal reaction where it heats up the water source anyway. Alright, I don't want to wear this mask anymore. Now, I'm going to grab our bucket. We'll sieve through And I had, a second ago, a little doozy what's it, and I don't know what I did with it. It's the spiciest of all salts, Sydney. I used to go through, like, I have these, like, nice, like, pottery related sieves and stuff, but kind of realized over the years that they're worse than just this sieve. And this was just like, this is one of my granddad's sieves that I think he made. I don't know what he was using it for, but something. What did I do with that little rubber doozy? What's it? So, Sydney, what else are you doing today? What else is going on? What else is new? What else is exciting and thrilling and fantastic and fantabulastic? Oh, who's the comedian? Is it a local dude, local person, or is it a big name? Not that I know comedians off the top of my head. Gotcha. Went to high school with a kid named Josh Johnson. Definitely not going to be the same kid, but amazing. Well, hopefully it's fun. I'm sure it will be. Oh yeah, look at that gloop. Look at that glop, guys. You guys made that happen. Oh, that seems to happen. Seems like a lot of people are getting to followings from TikTok. All right. Though I can't stand TikTok anymore. I just don't want to be on there anymore. Probably would be good to like go back every so often, but ever since the fake ban, I've just kind of like totally lost interest. Good. Okay, what are we feeling? Wow, perfect. Oh my God. Exact amount of water that we needed. All right. And now we can keep glazing again. It was like a just very minor interruption in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Okay. Garden, how are you? What is in your imaginary teacup? What kind of tea? It did. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. The chiropractic stuff was really great. She seems to be, whenever I slip out a disc, that she seems to be the one to go to. It's interesting too, is like for years I've been going to her last because I usually like to go to my acupuncturist first, and then I usually go get a massage second, and then I usually go to her last. But I'm going in an inverse order this time. I'm gonna go to my acupuncturist in a couple days, I think. But I thought I would just let myself rest a little bit and see what happens. So, question for you guys. Do we put glaze on these? Because I think we do, but I think what we need to do is cover the holes with masking tape as like a little resist, because if glaze gets in there and gloops our gloppies, we're gonna have a really bad time. So I'm just gonna cut pretty little squares out with some gloop. I just need a board. Oh god. How you doing? How's your head? I haven't seen you. On. I keep getting off as soon as you get on. All right. Have a wonderful time. Good luck. Ooh, love it. Love it. Good choice. We'll talk soon. Okay. So I didn't have to be as precise as we are being right now, but I think it'll be kind of nice. I think it's on me. I'm gonna blame myself for it, Garden. So just gonna cover up these holes. That also means we're gonna have a cool little like black resist around the holes as well. I think this is the way to do it. Also, there hasn't been music at all going on here. Give me another second. I'm usually like I guess I wasn't expecting us to be in here for as long as we have been. So I'm gonna turn on my other phone so I can have some music going at the same time, because honestly I need something in the background. I'm gonna start losing my mind. Ew, gross. Good luck. Actually, and now since we're doing this, we're gonna do this on all of them real quick. Um, so we tape that one, so it's all taped shut. Let's move on to this guy next. This one needs 3 and then a mouth hole as well. So my original style of pottery years and years ago was actually doing like a lot of resists with tape, and I would make Japanese inspired woodcuts and transfer them over to my work and then glaze them. And I really liked it. I think it's something I would like to go back to, but it is not good on porcelain. That is a pretty much an exclusive to stoneware thing. So if I go back to it, I tried on porcelain, it looks horrible. So I think I need to switch my clay body back to a stoneware if I want to do stuff like that. I just haven't fully committed to doing work like that now again. But it could be cool. It's definitely like very different than what we have been doing. So maybe it would be good to switch things up. Though I seem to switch things up like every month or so anyway, which is probably, no, I think a lot of people who consume pottery from a specific person, they like the consistency that that person's going to stay relatively same. Um, I think my work kind of outside the undulation stuff kind of changes pretty dramatically from season to season. Maybe not, but it feels that way. And I think it probably, from what I hear, be probably easier to make more money if I did not do something like that. You should. I think that'd be great. It really, it like I said, it does not work super great for at least what I've tried on porcelain, but on stoneware, oh my God, gorgeous. And the tape resists are great. The wax is fine. My aunt does a lot of wax resist stuff, and she's really talented. But if you mess up, you have to like bisque that pot to get rid of all the wax and start over. Whereas the tape, you can just do it again. Exactly. That's what I'm going for. You know, I think probably something that we probably talked about this at some point, but I did a year of like trying to just kind of like cater to what people were asking, and I've never made as little money in my life. Uh, so never again. I will take influence and I will take like ideas and stuff like that, but that was honestly a really good lesson for me. So that one's taped up. We got one more to tape up. Oh no, we have to tape up our. Oh no, we're not glazing that. So we have one more to tape up. Hold on. My phone should probably be on by now. Which means I can play some music in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. To be honest, I kind of hope you don't hear it, because if you do, I get demonetized. But if I play nondescript lo-fi, we'll probably be fine. Oh, I might not have made these big enough. Interesting. Well, just big enough. Okay, interesting. Yeah, agreed. Well, it's, a lot of the time it's like just like not even necessarily like idea based. I actually think idea based things are beneficial. It's more like people want specific sizing, and everybody's always asking for like big mugs or whatever. And then you do that, and then nothing sells. That's what I've noticed is that the people who are the most vocal about asking for a specific size and things like that, and not helping for kind of like stylistic input, don't actually necessarily consume. So, I mean, there's always exceptions, but they don't really consume the pottery, and so you're just catering to someone who's not going to buy it anyway, which is fine. There's no obligation to buy anything, obviously, but it's just an interesting observation that I have had over the years. I don't think I need 4 of these, but just in case. You know, they request larger teapots and then they don't want to buy larger teapots, or it's weird. Though, I don't know. Some people, you never know. And every year, people's opinions on things change, and who's to say? Who's to say what is going to sell well that year? It's always up in the air as far as what people want. Tea bowls, like matcha bowls, were hot for like 2 years. I mean, that's like, I couldn't keep them off the shelf. Now I struggle to sell them. So you never know. People's opinions change. Societally, things change. People want different things, and what's hot and what is like in social media and what people are like looking at and thinking about, it changes. And so you have to just be moving with that ever-going change, and it's difficult. It's not impossible, but it is. You spend a lot of time just trying to figure out what works, you know, and to revisit things that maybe didn't work in the past but now work because mentalities have changed. So, okay. It's a big boy. I don't know how I'm going to glaze him. I think I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. I never actually like connected this, so I kind of feel like it might just fly off. Good. Yeah, smart. Welcome back, Luna. What have you been getting into for the last 10 minutes? Not this time. Most of the time, yes, but not this time, Luna. You're in luck. Every other time I say it, it's truthful. This time, not so much. I'm spilling this all over my feet. I don't know if you guys can see that. How do I do this? I don't know how to do this. All right, maybe we just let that dry for a little bit. I just pour glaze on myself. What? Why would I lie to you, Luna? Thank you, Sydney. I like it too. I think there's some potential there. I liked all of the whistles a lot. Um, obviously bummed that one broke, but I might be able just to plunge this one in. Ah! All right. I'll let that dry. I think we're going to do the same plunge method as on this guy. That was not successful. This one's too big. Cool. Love it. That's fine. So the only reason I made them is that I was really into whistles like a year ago, and I reposted that whistle with all the holes in it, and now it has almost 8 million views. And so I'm like, I guess I should make whistles. That's the only reason I did it. It was popular. People seemed to be into it. And that's also why we stopped so quickly, because I lost interest. Because, it's cool. They're cool. I do like them. I do like them. I just, you know what? I regret not putting a piece of tape on this one, but I don't feel like doing it now. That needs to dry still. Okay, what can we do now? Okay, so half of the ones before I want to put Shino on them. None of these are dry though. They're not drying fast in here right now. This guy seems to be dried for some reason though. You have you painted white on the inside of the phone case? Nope. I'm just making whistles. I'm not trying to make anything specific. I'm not trying to go for any specific pitch. There's no reason. It's probably those whistles are probably the closest thing I am willing to go to art. And we've had the discussion before, but utilitarian function is the defining part of art versus not art. So later, JM, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out so long and for everything. Olive will be very well fed thanks to you. Um, and so these are like kind of like, what's the point, you know? Okay. What else can I do? How are the plates looking? Plates are looking pretty good. Hmm. Well, what kind of stuff makes you happy? What colors excite you? So I might burn out before we even get to the wadding today, but that's okay. It's supposed to, like I said, it's supposed to rain for the next couple days. I can't fire my kiln anyway, and so tomorrow can just be a wadding day. I have a friend coming over in the morning, so I'm not sure exactly when we'll get to the wadding, but whenever she leaves, it'll purple, blue, and pink. Yeah, big spot, eh? I'll go back to it. Um, I can't grab the other side of it, so. Um, hmm. What about flowers? A field of flowers, Luna. Yeah, I think it's silly to everybody, and but those people who want to do art are really kind of like they want to be famous. Um, so growing up in that world just kind of really was eye-opening um, in a very kind of lackluster way. But the big thing that I kind of noticed about all of that is that, at least for the lot of art, is that at a certain point, um, at a certain like the higher you go and the more you're selling your work for and all that, it becomes more of like just a social thing. Um, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that world. I was in it for a long time. I don't want to be in it anymore. I'm kind of forced into it every so often, but I try to avoid it as much as I can. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna finish the Shinos that we can do, and then we're gonna wait and then do the rest of the Shino tomorrow or this evening when it's dry, when these have dried out, um, and then we'll wad tomorrow. Oh, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with art. It's the societal world that we've structured around it, which is the potential issue. I like drawing. I like doing all that. It's not like it's a bad thing to like any of it and to like art and be a part of art. And it's just a world that is just not great. It's great for people who like social stuff and they like flaunting money and societal power and stuff like that. Um, and the people who like drinking, it's also great for. But for me, not so much. Mm. It's weird because yeah, it's really weird because all this stuff also stems from kind of where you are located as well. Like a lot of it has to do with geography. And I for me, I'm really close to New York, so you get a lot of like wannabe rich artists up here. Um, wannabe artists who are rich, excuse me. And it's a societal thing. So I've been jaded pretty negatively. I don't think anybody should listen to me about it. I've had my own kind of like weird hangups and qualms with the art world. There are a bunch of really awesome people who do art though, and do it full time, and they're my friends and or I've seen. Um, so I think I'm just kind of negatively. Um, it's just my own thing. I just have had not great personal experience, so it's just I've had fun. I mean, I've had also had fine personal experience with it. I just overall I just have not been amused from what I've uh, dealt with. What? Why don't you have pink paint? You got to go make some. Yeah, there is a ton of it. Gotcha. All right. Next up. Now the question is, can I actually dunk this, or is it deep enough to dunk? And I don't know the answer. I think it's like potentially just deep enough. Okay, No. Well, I guess it actually would have been deep enough, but I had to do it on an angle. Did I get everywhere? No. Cool. Looks like I missed one spot, but I missed two spots, but that's okay. I'm not going to deal with it. I think it'll be cool little variation. Who knows, you know? I think it's probably healthier to have the lesser jaded side of anything and just think of it positively, no matter what. Which, yeah, in public, I'm happy to do, but in my studio, not so much. Oof. Okay, so I think this needs to be done. Let's see how our plates are doing. I wonder if I can pick them up on the opposing side yet. Yes, cool. I think a lot of like my personal kind of jaded opinion comes from it because I come from a massive family of artists, and so I've never known a world where I wasn't in the art world. And I think just seeing things as a kid and then just seeing how things worked from a very young age and then continually living in it and then trying to make a living from it has really kind of done a number on my opinion, which I think is moderately understandable there. But anyway, all right, the last thing we need to do before, oh wait, I guess we could, oh, we also need to glaze. I take it back. We actually have a few more things to do. We're going to be done with the Shino in a second. I just want to see if we can glaze this last piece of our orange doodad. And then we're going to switch over to a different glaze altogether. Oh my god, this thing's so big that I can't actually see what I'm doing. I'm just going to get covered in glaze. That's fine. There's worse things to be covered in. I didn't get any of the inside there, but I kind of like it like that. Oh, I missed a spot. Oof. Okay. This needs to go away. All right. Have fun. Enjoy yourself, Luna. What's up, Pat? How are you? It's yeah, it's also interesting to me like when I see people like get popular online, it almost feels kind of random. I think it was random that at one point I was popular, you know. I don't really understand why. I don't think, so it's and I see some people online right now that are and I'm like I don't get why. Um, so I'm always kind of like curious about that. What? Amazing. Love to hear it. Yeah, honestly, I'm not opposed to it, but yeah, but not today. And it's not because it's today, it's because like we should have had that conversation like an hour and a half ago. We're 165 minutes into this video, and I just don't have I don't have, I'm starting to fade. We're glazing today. All right, we're done with Shino for today. Everything else needs to dry. So now we are going to switch over to Caribbean. I need to clean up this mess a little bit, just a little bit. So in order to do that, I really need a sponge. Ah, sponge. Who would have thought that I have a sponge in here? Very dirty sponge though. That's okay. I'm sure it is that mentality is just kind of everywhere. I can only relate because that's the one that I'm in. Okay, so we are going to use Caribbean. Where did I put it? Is it under one of these vessels? Probably. Wow, you're so fierce, little dog. You're telling them. You're telling them good. All right. These guys, none of them are dry except for the teapot for some reason. Right? I'm pretty sure we've done everything we can do with Shino right now. That's Ayumi. I brought in glaze earlier, didn't I? With you guys? Oh, it's on. Oh my God. It's on my computer. I do remember that I'm going to use a little bit of Ayumi just because it's right here. Ayumi's a really beautiful, like, light blue. And I think I'm going to do the smaller butterfly in Ayumi. Just a little Ayumi butterfly. Kind of cute. But I don't have anywhere to put it. I can't put it down like a cup because it needs to dry, so I'm just going to hold this awkwardly in my hand for a second. Pat, what are you up to today? Working in the studio? How you feeling? Okay, do we want to do anything else with Ayumi? Why don't we do one of our turtles with Ayumi? Need a paintbrush for this. Because I can't get the glaze on the cone pack itself. I mean, I can, I guess, but I'd rather not. Where are my paintbrushes? Where's all my stuff? Here's a paintbrush. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's going better. The back's feeling pretty good today. I took off my back brace a couple minutes ago and I'm regretting it. I'm probably going to put it back on before we finish, but it's getting way better. So thank you. So we have the slug named Gus. I don't know. What do you want to name this turtle? Goober? This one's Goober? I'm fine with that. He looks like a goober. His eyes are goobering all over. I understand this is like an extra like step, but I'm just like shocked that like so few people make their cone packs into like something artsy. I don't know. I mean, it took me years, so I can't really before I started doing this, so I can't say anything. But um, so I'm gonna glaze him with a Shino. So we have four turtles to glaze. We have two cone 6 packs and then a two cone 8, 9, 10, 11 packs. So there's plenty of nameage to go around. So we're gonna shell is gonna be Ayumi for this guy. Yeah, I'm shocked that you didn't account for all of the turtleage that we got going on here. So we have this cone 6 turtle, this cone 10, 11, 12, or 8, 9, 10, 11 turtle, and hold on, they're replacing a power line. Is that today? Hold on, sorry. This is a bucket truck. I just need to run and get my car keys. Oh no, it looks like it's just a delivery guy. Well said. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. Yeah. Why don't we paint squares onto this one? I'm gonna have their bodies all be Goldie solid, and then we also have the slug. So I'm gonna paint squares on this guy. And then their body is just always gonna be Shino for these ones. Oh, hey guys, I forgot a buddy of mine was showing up. I have to bail. I'll be back at some point. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry for the abrupt closure. Bye, guys.